When you walk into a school bathroom, bro, you never know what you're gonna see, hear, or smell. School bathrooms are a place where people pretty much do anything but use the bathroom for its intended purpose. I honestly don't know what has a higher chance of happening, me applying for a job or correctly guessing what you're gonna see when you walk into a school bathroom. In this video, I'm gonna go over the types of people you can find in the school bathrooms. First off, we gotta start off with the obvious. We got the vapors/fiends. At every high school in every country across the world, there is always someone vaping or smoking in the bathrooms at any given time. You could be trying to go take a dump after eating a chicken sandwich from the school cafeteria, and you probably got food poisoning from eating that shit. And when you enter the bathroom, there would be like 7 people blocking your way to get to the toilets. And you can see that they are huddled in a circle, passing around a vape or a blunt, getting as faded as humanly possible. You guys have probably seen that one high school quote where it was like, "You guys came to high school, but I came to school high." And I already know that that quote was envisioned during a high school bathroom smoke sesh. If I'm being honest, bro, I don't really mind the people that vape in the bathrooms, just as long as they're not hogging one of the stalls while I'm trying to take a piss. Because we already know how vile and disgusting the school bathrooms can smell, bro. It would smell like piss, shit, and sometimes it would even smell fishy. But when the vapors slide through to the bathrooms, it would start smelling like mangoes, peaches, strawberries, kiwi fruit. Like, it'd be smelling really good sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. And even if you're against vaping in the school bathrooms, what would you rather smell? A mixture of hot, fresh, steaming shit and piss mixed together? Or a delightful bouquet of passion fruit, watermelon, and strawberries? In the form of vape clouds, of course. Of course, you're gonna select the second option, bro. Like, it would make the high school bathroom experience so much better, and it wouldn't be smelling like ass 24/7. And another thing about vapors in the school bathrooms, or just people that vape in school in general, is that pretty much every high school has tried some sort of tactic to try and get people to stop vaping in the bathrooms. At my high school, they would occasionally have a teacher roam around inside of the bathrooms, trying to catch some of the fiends in the act. With this strategy, there is one pretty big problem, and that problem is that it is just weird for a teacher who is probably like a grown-ass adult to just stand and walk around in a bathroom full of like 14, 15, 16-year-olds. And most of you guys probably have a creepy or weird teacher at your school.
Put a finger down if you wanna.
Bro, imagine if they got assigned the role to monitor the school bathrooms and try to catch people vaping. They would be moving weird as hell, bro. They would probably be the ones to pat down every student as they walk into the bathrooms, or even peek over or underneath the stalls. At my friend's high school, they installed some vape detectors, which were pretty much just the same as smoke detectors. This would be so useless and just a waste of money, bro. Because if you are a fiend with a lot of XP, you already know that you don't need to blow out smoke if you wanted to get a hit. But yeah, bro, drop down in the comments what your high school has tried to do to stop people from vaping in the bathrooms, and let me know if it ended up working or not. Let's move on to the next type of person. We gotta take a step back from all the crazy stuff that happens in the school bathrooms and take a moment to talk about the normal people. The normal people pretty much use the bathrooms for its intended purpose. I would say that I fall into this category because I piss like 5 times throughout the day, and I gotta relieve my bladder somehow. Speaking about pissing, we need to talk about the people that when they go to the bathroom to take a piss, they take a piss pretty much everywhere except for inside of the toilet bowl, bro. We all know that moment where you walk into a stall and the ground is just full of piss, and when you accidentally step in it, the piss splashes around and the bottom of your shoes get contaminated with piss. I'm convinced that the people that piss on the floor at school are actually brain dead, bro. Like, do you not know how to aim? When a bit of piss gets on the toilet seat, then I feel like that's acceptable. We all have moments where our piss splits up into 2 different streams and it starts getting difficult to control. But if you're consistently pissing on the floor at school, then you need to attach an aim assist mod or some shit to your penis, bro. Because piss on the floor is outrageous. I've probably said the word piss at least 20 times in the last minute or two, bro. Pissing is a staple in the high school bathroom. Like, all of us need to piss, bro. Like, we can't just hold it in for the whole day. But one thing you can never catch me doing is taking a shit at school. Unless it's an absolute emergency and your ass is about to explode, I would highly advise against taking a shit at school. One of the reasons why you shouldn't is because there are people that start acting up when they sense that someone is taking a shit. Like, if a group of them walk into the bathrooms and they smell one fresh particle of shit, they're gonna be like, "Yo, someone's taking a shit."
Fuck no, baby.
And they would start inspecting each one of the stalls, trying to identify which stall had the person taking the shit. And if you were the person taking the shit and they find out that the shit smell is coming from your stall, then you're cooked, bro.
Fuck no, baby.
They're gonna start banging on the stall door,
Fuck no.
laughing loud as hell, and sometimes they would throw stuff over the stall.
Fuck no, baby.
And one of the most common things they would throw over the stalls would be wet toilet paper or wet paper towels. Like if that happens, you better get ready to dodge them, bro. Gotta start bobbing and weaving so you don't get hit. In extreme cases, one of them might peek over the stall to get a look at you taking a shit.
Fuck no, baby.
The people that do this are just gay as hell, bro. Cause why are you trying to look at another guy taking a shit with his meat hanging out and everything? Another reason why you shouldn't take a dump at school is because school bathrooms are one of the dirtiest places on earth. Like I said earlier, there would be piss on the seat, piss on the floor, and sometimes even piss on the ceiling. And sometimes the piss wouldn't even be piss. It would be another certain type of liquid, if you know what I mean. And you would definitely know what I mean if you are one of the next type of people I'm gonna talk about. The gooners are people that beat their meat in the school bathrooms, bro. I'm just gonna say this right now. There is something wrong with your brain if you beat your meat in the school bathrooms. I will admit, when you have a fine girl in your class or a fine ass teacher, you low-key might get turned on, bro. Like that's just how it is. That's how the male anatomy works. I have been in this situation a couple times before, and I was able to lock in and get rid of that feeling. My method is to just think of that one meme of the two black guys kissing. Because when I think of that, my shit goes from 3 to 1 in like half a second, which is a massive difference if you ask me. But some people out there cannot control their freakiness at all and just need to release it, and as a result they gotta rush to the bathrooms and start beating their shit. I would highly advise against beating in the school bathrooms, bro, like even if you're really down bad. Because at my friend's high school, which was the same high school I talked about earlier that had the vape detectors, someone got caught in 4K beating it in the school bathrooms, and they had a laptop out while they were doing it as well. Like bro had to watch it on the big screen. The phone screen wasn't gonna cut it. And this video pretty much got spread around all over his school, and it might have spread across the whole city because it was getting posted in the school's Reddit page. Like bro, the person that got caught gooning in the bathroom cannot recover from this, bro. Like it's just too much. You gotta change up your whole appearance and identity on top of moving to a different school. And yeah bro, in conclusion, just don't beat it in the school bathrooms. Like it's just that simple. The next type of person I'm gonna be talking about is pretty similar to the school bathroom gooner, and I would say it's an extra level above it. One clue I can give you guys is that instead of playing single player, they're playing multiplayer. And if you weren't able to guess it from that, I'm talking about happens more at some schools compared to others, but there will be many instances of people smashing in the school bathrooms. Unless the bathroom was just cleaned and it smells like lavender and roses, the bathrooms would be the last place I would think of doing the deed. Just like in the gooning segment, you have to be super down bad to smash in the school bathrooms. Or if you get that one rare opportunity to get with that 10 out of 10 and you just can't pass up on the offer. There are a few negatives when it comes to smashing in the school bathrooms or just school in general, and one of them is a high chance of your activity getting leaked. Just like in the gooning segment, that one guy that got caught in 4K 120Hz beating a shit in the school bathrooms, the exact same thing can happen to people that decide to smash. And if the smashing does end up getting leaked, then it's just gonna spread around the school and cause a bunch of unnecessary drama, and they might end up getting called up to the principal's office. One situation where I feel like doing the deed in a school bathroom is justified is if you do it in a disabled or handicapped bathroom, because in a handicapped bathroom there's just so much space, and there's even a handrail if shit starts getting extra freaky. And of course, you run the risk of running into a person in a wheelchair waiting outside the bathroom when you finish doing the deed. But yeah, for the most part, I don't recommend getting freaky in the school bathrooms. Let's move on to the next type of person. Once again, we gotta chill for a second and look at some of the normal activities that happen in school bathrooms. In the 1 in 74 chance of the teacher letting you go to the bathroom during class, and like 3 out of the 10 stalls in the bathroom, there would be some people skipping class. I honestly don't understand why people skip class in the bathrooms. Like there are so many other better places where you could skip, because there's no way I'm gonna be standing in a shit smelling bathroom for 50 minutes scrolling TikTok or Instagram reels. I'd honestly just stay in class at that point, bro. Like if you're skipping class in the bathrooms, then you must really hate that class, because I don't think it's worth it at all. The only situation where skipping class could be acceptable is if there was a fight scheduled in the bathrooms at that specific time, which brings us into the next type of person. There are 2 places in a high school where the most fights happen: in the hallways and in the bathrooms. At some schools, they would have fight club accounts on Instagram, and they would post some of the highlights from fights inside the school bathroom. Even though there were a good amount of fights at school, I've only witnessed like 2 bathroom fights in total. Like, I just end up missing out on the action most of the time. At my high school, this one fight broke out between a group of white kids and some Asian kids, and everyone was talking about it. And somehow, I ended up getting to the fight right when a teacher started to break it up. Like, I just missed out on a free UFC match. And also, the group of white kids and Asian kids would go on to have a couple more fights, and the beef lasted for like a week before it died down. Speaking of missing out on what happened during school fights, we all know how school fights are recorded. The screen would be all shaky, and the actual fighting would always be slightly out of the frame. Like, if you were to watch the last recording of a school fight in the bathrooms, you wouldn't be able to tell who was winning, and you would recognize a massive smear of shit on the wall more than the actual fight. And yeah bro, that pretty much sums up my experience in the high school bathrooms.